Hello and welcome back to Comics on TV, the only show on YouTube that really talks about comics on TV because it's the only one that I'm watching. So let's say hello to my lovely guests. I'll start off with the man directly to my left, Bernie.
I'm Bernie Bregman of Nerds Like Us. How's it going?
Good. And of course, lovely Kelly.
I'm back again. For what? Is this my third time?
This is your third time. Oh my God.
You got three. I've only been here twice.
Yes, yeah. Hey, you know what? I'm trying to build it up here. I'm building it up. I'm going to get you guys here as many times as possible.
I begrudgingly drudge through every single comic show on television, including Gotham and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which are practically unwatchable, just to be topical for conversations like this.
No, good job. Good job. That's the whole point. I mean, that's what I do. I suffer in my little, soundproof dungeon. So, with that being the case, let's talk about something. Well, we were talking about time and how much time you guys don't have. Let's talk about a hero that's dealing with time right now, The Flash.
I loved that episode of The Flash. I think it was, I love everything that show has brought us so far. They're introducing central characters in a really great way. I haven't seen a character yet that doesn't really work, although I'm still iffy on Grodd maybe a little bit. But where this whole season had built in, I just don't think that a giant smart gorilla works in today's world. You know?
But he's very classic to the comic book.
I know he's classic to the comic book, and that's why I kind of accept it. I just think that of all the characters, that's not one that adapts to the way we read comics or do science fiction these days. In general, I don't think they did it. I don't think they did it poorly.
I do agree that the shows these days try to make it a little bit more realistic.
Definitely. Yeah. And so, superpowered people and all that stuff, the Speed Force, all that's well and good. But for some reason, like the giant gorilla is not there for me. Anyway.
Well, it's also expensive.
But that too. But I think that the way they built this season was really great. You saw a lot of coming out for the Flash, a lot of kind of becoming his own man, and that the building of the team, and introduction of new characters has been really great. And then they flipped it on its head in the final episode.
They really did.
The last 30 seconds, it was just right then.
Yeah.
That's where everything was like, wait, what?
Well, there were some hints even before that. So when Zoom gets taken by the Time Wraiths, a.k.a. the Dementors, because they pretty much...
That's all I think of whenever I see them.
They ripped the Dementors. Come on. Anyway, but when the Dementors take Zoom into the Speed Force, it looked like he changed into Black Flash.
Yeah.
Did anyone else catch that?
Am I
the only one?
I saw that and I was like, all right, are we going to head towards
the ears kind of changed to the red, right?
And then we got the
and then he got the whole deformed face. Yes.
Exactly. So I was thinking maybe that's going to be what we're going to end up seeing somehow, and they're hinting towards a lot of it.
Well, I mean, they've already shown us that no character is dead for long.
No,
because
they almost have brought back almost every single character, even for a flashback. So, I mean...
and beyond. So, I mean, we don't have Ronnie Raymond right now. I'm betting dollars to dimes that we're getting Robbie Amell back next season.
Well, they changed everything.
Oh, yeah. Well,
so anything is possible.
Exactly.
That's true. I mean, we did get him in Earth 2, which, I mean, I love that they introduced the multiverse.
I love that. Yes. I love the dark side of everyone. Like, we got to see, Cisco and everyone...
Killer Frost,
yeah, their darker side, and I kind of like that.
No, it was totally cool. I thought the introduction of the multiverse theory it's brilliant for TV writing because it gives them infinite possibilities.
Yeah, there's so much you can do.
But I also don't like that. I mean, Flash has got to be my favorite comic book series on TV right now.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But I don't like when they erase everything we've seen because it really seems like they went back and they're like, all right, everything you've watched so far doesn't mean anything. And I really don't like when they do that because there's a lot of stuff that I love that have happened. And
how did you feel that episode where he first realized he could go back in time? There was that whole tidal wave was going to hit, and then he kissed Iris for the first time.
I mean,
and then he went back like a day or something.
A lot of that was vital to saving the Earth and everything. Mm-hmm. But this really felt like they wanted to kind of just rewrite the whole series.
I don't know that they wanted to rewrite it, but I think they wanted to establish paradigm that it was possible if something happened in the future that made them want to time hop. So if they killed off a character and everyone raged on them, they could just do something to bring that character back.
But I don't like when they do that. I mean, once they've done something, I don't think that they should get so many do-overs.
Well, the thing is with that, I mean, you have to remember there's for writers, when it comes to it, when everything is when you shit the bed
Yeah.
and there's nothing else you can do, it's like, well, I wish we had
New
an option.
52, what?
Oh, hello.
Sorry.
Well, DC.
I had
Rebirth.
hairball. Yeah.
Rebirth is happening
DC
right
Rebirth,
now.
which,
I mean-
which, by the way, not to off-topic us from Flash, but do you love how the Captain America turning Hydra news was dropped
Oh, God.
literally to screw DC's release of
Seriously,
Rebirth?
because okay,
that was a
Superman-
baller move.
I'm gonna say it right now. Spoilers, everyone, if you don't know, Superman's dead right now, guys. Superman's dead in DC Rebirth.
Haven't read
no one
Rebirth
knows
yet because-
no one knows because everyone's mad about Cap. So
That
that's
was the
something.
most baller marketing move
It
of
was.
all
It was.
time. Actually,
Everyone's
if you
talking
think
about
about
it. Literally, everyone is talking
you
about
can
it.
go back throughout the ages and just realize how much smarter Marvel is than DC,
Well, Marvel's-
because they've been screwing them left and right for decades. Talk about re-releasing all of their character lines with astonishing X-Men and
Oh,
Amazing
God.
Spider-Man, just because when you go to the comic book shop and everything's in alphabetical order, you're going to get all the
Yeah.
titles from Marvel before you get to any of the DC characters.
Which is
Amazing,
smart.
astonishing, whatever.
But Marvel does that all the time. Marvel's whole
crafty.
thing when it comes to marketing, it's like, all right, we're going to toss a grenade down and we're going to watch everyone flinch. And then we'll take care of it if we need to. And then if it does, it works out well. And if it doesn't, well, okay, screw it. Don't worry, we'll have a way to fix it.
They'll
And they
go
always
back
do.
and reverse everything that just happened and pretend it never happened.
Pretty much. And that's exactly that's what I'm saying. When it comes to writing, that's
Yeah.
something they can do. And that's something
But
that
at
they
least
were
it
looking
fits
for in
in
Flash.
At
Well,
least it fits because
it
he
fits
has that
in Flash.
power
He
to
has
do
the
it.
ability.
It fits. He has that
100%.
power, and
Yeah.
you have to understand that you have to accept a few things as a fan in any way, shape, or form. Number one, money drives companies, right?
Yep. Sure.
So they
Very
need
true.
to have the ability to do whatever is going to lead to profit, and that includes fan outrage, and it also includes pleasing fans at a certain point. They have
Exactly.
to outrage us just enough, then they can please us,
Yeah.
and then they keep us coming back for more. You know, it's kind of like Stockholm syndrome. Our captor has abused us, but we love them and we'll never
So
leave.
dark to look at it that way.
Yeah, well, that's true, but that's how also I know you actually kind of hold this show in high esteem. So as far as Arrow, I'm talking about Arrow.
Oh God.
I'm not a fan of Arrow.
I'm not.
I'm
I'm
not.
unfortunately not as much
I
of a
have
fan of Arrow.
finally said I'm walking away from Arrow, and it feels like I'm walking away out of an abusive relationship.
No.
It really does. I'm
You
sorry
like
for
Arrow?
me, it
I'm
does.
still with Arrow. I don't 100% love it. I don't
still
love
watch
it
it,
near as much as
but-
Flash.
Oh no,
Um,
Flash
I still
just
watch it
beats
and I
all
don't
of them
like
out of the
it.
water.
Flash is the best
It
superhero
is-
show.
it
Yes.
is. It's great.
Period. Comics on TV or internet TV, however you want to look at it with Netflix. It's Flash, then it's Daredevil, then it's Jessica Jones, then it's like Supergirl and Arrow in kind of a battle. We just don't have enough sample size with Supergirl.
Okay.
And then like whatever with Legends of Tomorrow, Agents of Shield, and
I
Gotham is
couldn't-
unfreaking watchable.
I could not do
Unwatchable.
Legends
That
of
show
Tomorrow.
is so goddamn bad. I don't understand how it's still on television. Like it can't be making money. They
Oh,
they must have convinced the producers somewhere that like there will be a payoff because they stink so badly. Oh my goodness gracious!
It's their way to say, hey, we wish we could do Batman, but since we can't,
It's
let's
terrible
do
writing.
everything
It's some
else.
terrible acting. There's a couple of good actors in there, but holy crap, there's a lot
One
of bad
good actor.
ones.
One good actor.
Which one?
I actually
Penguin?
Yes, I
Penguin and
actually
Riddler.
said
Penguin
that.
and Riddler.
Ooh,
and
okay, yeah, we'll say,
and
yeah.
Hugo Strange introduced
Hugo-
this
come
season
on.
is good.
Come
The
on, he's
dude
been
from
great
Lost,
ever
he was
since
great.
Lost or Law and Order, whatever.
But oh, the kids are especially not Bruce. That kid is not. a good
I've
actor.
always said, hey, this will be the season where they say F it and let's kill him. It
Oh.
would be great. Or let's just send him off to that boarding school. We don't have to see
Except
him
that
anymore.
they don't have Thomas Wayne in that timeline to become Batman the way they
Exactly.
would in Flashpoint. Which brings us back to Flash.
Exactly. So, Flashpoint, bring it up. Let's talk about speculations.
Well,
Or at least what you're
I thought we
expecting
were
to
going.
see.
I thought we were going. Did you guys all think at the end of last season we were going Infinite Crisis?
It's a possibility, and it's something that
That's-
we
Yeah.
could have seen.
That's what I thought they were going to do with this season, and they didn't, which is actually kind of good because that's too big of a storyline for second season.
Yeah.
They could be touching upon it so that they can introduce it like more throughout the next season.
Well, they definitely
That's true.
did by establishing the multiverse. So this whole
Yeah.
season established the multiverse, the ability to go back and forth. That last line, as we were talking about off camera, where Jay Garrick, that's now John Wesley Shipp, as real Jay Garrick.
Yes.
Even though I liked the look of Teddy Sears, he looked like
He did,
Jay
yeah,
Garrick from
exactly.
the comic
Yeah.
Yeah, he
books.
did.
I was hoping in that mask somehow they screwed it up by with all the he's Hunter Zolomon, but he's Jay Garrick, all this
It's
other
a
stuff.
weird amalgamation of
I thought in the
characters.
mask was going to be Teddy Sears also, but from a different timeline.
I think
thought so at one
having
moment.
I cannot remember the actor's name, but the original Jay Garrick that we started
Mm-hmm.
off with, having him kind of convinced us that he was the real one. So it's kind of like waiting to trick us and make it like such a big turn when they reveal the real Jay Garrick.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
But I know 2 episodes ago right here, I was the one that said, okay, well, I know who it is. It's
I've known
Ship.
since they were all trapped. The first time they go to Earth 2 and they all get trapped there, or Barry gets, and he's tapping Jay.
And he taps Jay.
And he's
exactly.
tapping Jay. And I'm like, that's the real Jay Garrick.
But
That's
did you
not
know
Jay
it was
Garrick.
going to be his dad's, like,
I didn't know it'd be
doppelganger?
his dad's doppelganger, but they did use that. But as you said 2 episodes ago, where his dad says, Garrick was my mother's maiden name. Like, I knew then.
I was like, oh, well,
Okay.
there you go. Never
Yeah.
mind. You guys just gave it all away. It was like, that's how I knew it right there.
Well, I mean, look, they still left us with surprises, right? Who the hell thought he was going to go back and stop his mother's murder again?
Yeah, I didn't
and
know.
actually do
Again,
it this
after,
time?
yeah.
It
But-
makes sense after it happened, but I was not expecting that to be this season.
No. So, I mean, with it, I'm thinking, all right, are we going to get Flashpoint? Are we going to get an old Silver Age thing with the, what was it called? The Trial of the Flash? But I'm like, I don't think they could do that.
So for starters, here's the thing. My friend Lawrence is trying to start this hashtag. I'm totally on board with it. It's DCW Crisis. Hashtag DCW Crisis.
Okay.
You like that?
Okay.
You like
Yeah.
that?
I like
Yeah.
it. I like it.
Because I think that's what they're doing is they're introducing the ability to do the crisis storylines. Here's what they've done. They've taken a lot of the comics as inspiration. I think that the reason the show is brilliant is it is so inspired by the comics, but doing their own thing. And if anyone out there expects them to follow the comic book storylines tit for tat, they're an idiot. It's not going to happen ever in any of Hollywood. They will never, ever take the printed storyline and just transfer that to movie.
Well, because they're
No,
making
it would
their
be a
own
waste.
creation of it.
They're making their own creation.
They don't want to
They're
just copy
also-
someone else's.
No.
And we're talking about storylines that are in some cases 70, 80 years old, or at least in the crisis storylines we're talking 40 years old.
Yeah.
And so they're not going to do that. They're going to do something that is relatable today that is influenced by all of that, and I think they do that brilliantly on Flash. So I think that what they've done is they've introduced the possibility to do Crisis on Infinite Earths at some point, because we now have 3 Earths.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know that Jay has made it back to Earth 3, but theoretically,
I think that they'll
Harry
wait
and his daughter are
to
gonna help him
introduce
there.
it until they've kind of touched upon Earth 3 a little bit more, which is why maybe they didn't jump right into it just yet.
Exactly.
Yes. And so I think what we're going to see is Flashpoint is going to be a story arc for a handful of episodes of
Yes.
the next season. It's not going to be the whole season.
Yeah.
The way the Zoom storyline carried this one and the Reverse Flash storyline carried the previous.
Right.
I think we'll see Flashpoint for about 3, I think, because they're doing what, 12, 13 episode seasons?
I don't know if they're even doing more than that.
Because they're doing because it used to be that you had one long season in TV and then you were off for like 6 months.
Yeah.
Now they do a spring season and a fall season.
Yeah, that's right.
But they do less episodes. It used to be like 23 episodes a
Yeah.
season, and now it's like half of that, but you get more of it throughout the year.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I think what you'll see is about 3 episodes, so about a quarter of the season is going to be Flashpoint. Once they recover from Flashpoint, and you can't have Flash not have his powers for more than like 2 or 3
No,
episodes.
because people will start watching.
And so I think you'll see that, and then they'll start laying the groundwork for a bigger storyline. But I have a couple of theories. Tell
Okay.
me what you think. I'm not sure that last 30 seconds was originally intended until the CW acquisition / transfer of Supergirl from CBS.
Nice.
I
Oh,
actually
okay.
think that the Flashpoint storyline is introduced now instead of down the road as a way to merge Supergirl instead of an alternate dimension, merging her into the CW DC verse, so that she is congruent with Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow, The Flash, and you can have crossovers galore. And what's another CW property that is currently wrapped up, but something that they own and can bring back?
Smallville.
I think we're going to see Tom Welling at least once come back as Superman. In the suit, by the way, since they introduced it in the last episode of Smallville, and they introduced it in Supergirl, that episode where everyone was getting brainwashed and zombified.
Right.
And he flew in and then dropped right down. And so they've introduced that Superman in the suit is in that current timeline.
Yes.
Plus, I mean, she's been text chatting with him the whole series. So I think we're going to see that at some point, and that is, piss us off with a little bit here and there, and then give us what we want, because Smallville was awesome. Everyone loved it. and everyone's been looking to see that happen.
Jeez,
CW owns these properties. It
you
makes
You come
sense.
in with fire with yours right there.
You know I'm coming with fire, yo.
God,
Jim
I'm
Rome of the Nerdverse. I'm the
There you
Geek Gatsby.
There you go. Oh, Geek Gatsby. I love
like
that.
that?
I love that.
Are you
I just
thinking-
got that Instagram yesterday.
Are you thinking they're going to bring in Smallville to kind of do like a beginning of Superman?
Well, I mean, it's already there, and,
Yeah.
and they own that, so they could literally just cut up footage from episodes past and give us a brief backstory on it. No, I think they're going to take the last 2 years worth and make Metropolis, Clark's there, maybe
Okay.
Lois. I don't know if you go get all the old cast. It's really only important that you get Tom Welling,
Okay.
and even that isn't. I loved him, and I hope that's what happens.
Okay.
But if it's another Superman, I'm okay with it. They own that. They own
Yeah.
that
They do.
Smallville Superman.
They do.
Whoa.
Look at that. See what you're doing?
poor
You're
black
hurting
Canary.
her. You're hurting her. You're hurting her. Right now. I'm thinking, what about probably Mirror Master?
Yeah.
I'm thinking they may even do a Gorilla City
Could do that.
storyline. That wouldn't be bad.
Could do that.
I don't know what else I would expect to see, because there are a lot of rogues that are still there.
Oh, there's
speedsters
all
that we
of
still have
them.
to deal with.
You could
I mean,
get oh gosh,
there are so many.
all the Crisis and Flashpoint and Infinite Crisis villains. You could all of them. Antimatter could come into this.
Yeah.
Or Anti-Monitor rather.
Anti-Monitor.
And all of those guys. You could have that whole batch of and most people don't know those characters.
No, but it's still interesting.
If you're
to
not an
still touch
A
on.
villain, they don't know who you are.
Yeah.
And we've
that's
already
what makes
met
it
all of
great.
Flash's A villains, right?
That's true. That's true.
Reverse Flash, Grodd, Zoom, Captain Cold.
Yep.
Although he's over.
Yeah, they kind
Well, the
of.
I
one
don't
that
like
And
the-
he's
one we
mentioned
still
that
have
he's
it.
not going to be appearing as much even in Legends of Tomorrow.
Well, they killed him.
Well, they killed him.
Well,
so
yeah, but they.
Although
still said-
they're time hopping, so I
yeah,
mean,
they're
the whole
time
thing.
hopping, so I still expect him because I think he mentioned something about like coming back here and there.
Yeah, that's what
Probably
I saw
as
in this
flashbacks.
interview.
I'm
He
not
was
sure
one
yet.
of the only well-acted characters
Yeah.
in that thing.
Well,
Come
I-
on, I mean, he's a great actor.
Don't they have like the Prison Break movie coming out soon?
Yeah,
So I
but
feel
I'm thinking,
like-
but the other guy is still there on that show, so I'm thinking, but they can shoot. The
Oh,
Prison
you
Break
mean
film.
you mean old Dracula from Blade
yes,
3?
there you go. There
Yeah.
you go. So I mean, it's possible. I mean,
He's
it's something
actually.
that
I
can
don't
happen.
love his acting at all.
Well, come on, it's overacted on. Well,
He's the-
I think
he's-
he
he's-
is that person that's always.
He's the poor
overacted.
man's Vinnie Jones.
There you go. There you go. That makes sense.
The way that Skeet Ulrich is the poor man's Johnny Depp, it's the same thing.
That makes sense. I can see that. I can go for that. Gosh. All right. Well, we're running out of time. I wanted to say, well, thank you for showing up.
I got more bombs
appreciate
to
it.
drop, yo.
No, well, tell people where they can find you so they can hear some of those bombs.
They can catch more of those bombs on at Nerds Like Us and at the Geek Gatsby. And all sorts of new projects coming out soon where I will just talk a bunch of smack about nerd culture in a good way because I am a nerd.
And Kelly, yourself?
You can basically find me on any social media at Cranky Cupcakes with a Z at the end.
Cranky Cupcakes.
That's me.
That's the best internet name ever.
And of course, you can always find us here on Comics on TV, right here on that hashtag show. You can always find out everything that we're doing. We have new videos coming out every week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and of course Friday. We have amazing coverage that we're doing. Also, you can check out our other channels as well, Pop Culture Renegades and Geek Hot Cosplay. There are so many, and we're
Follow 'em
expanding
all,
in
guys.
so many ways.
Follow 'em
So
all.
follow us all to make sure that you keep up to date with everything trending in geek pop culture. Remember, every host has an even better sign-off. That's it.
Turn out.